Okay, so what I want to talk to you guys about is building your sacred space. Now, your sacred space should be a spot in your home where you can meditate, you can sit, you can clear your head, you can manifest, you could do all the things that you feel like you need to do to get into that spiritual place in your mind. So let me just show you a couple things in mine. Incense, always burning. This is from a Tibetan monastery that I was at in Ireland. Again, it's also to burn incense. Back there is holy water from the Vatican, from when I was in Rome with my daughter. This is a plaque of St. Anthony, and that is from the Our Lady of the Shrine out in Long Island. And again, so we have Tibetan, we have Hinduism over here, we have Christianity or Catholicism, and then up here, and I'm going to pick the candle up so you guys can see it better, we have this beautiful piece, which is a paganistic piece, which shows the mother, the maiden, and the crone, or the maiden, the mother, the crone. These stages of life, very connected to femininity. Pagan life cycle, the moon, the sun, the stars, everything's up on there. Next shelf, you can see I have all the crystals, the stones. That's a huge piece of apostolite. And there's all different things on here that all just have to do with my world. Right there, my spirit guide's name is White Owl, so that makes a lot of sense. And this actually is because I'm a nurse. So that's there. And you just keep going. This is my shelf a little bit lower that has to do with my Native American practices, with shamanism. This feather I bought at a powwow. There's a shelf right there. When you see this lady back here, she is the first Native American saint in the Roman Catholic Church, believe it or not. And you're like, how could that be? They called Native Americans heathens. She was converted to Christianity, but also maintained her religious belief as a native, and she was ostracized and cast out by both her native community and the Christian community, but they sainted her when they saw that she was able to bridge a path between the two. Like me, she had a disorder that affected her eyes, which I found amazing, that I was so highly connected to her. I have a lot of books down here, different things, so let's move along. Reiki table. Over here is where my clients will come and sit when I'm not meditating. And up here, that hanging piece right there is from Corsica, from my daughter and I when we went to visit. And up there, hanging prayer ties. So you're getting the gist of what I'm saying here. All the books, Native American shamanism, all different paganism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Yogananda, the Bhagavad Gita. So I study a lot of different backgrounds, different types of cultures. Shiva, you'll see Krishna down here. You'll see all different things that compose my pathways. All different stuff. There's some vintage pictures up there. All right, so that's a Tibetan bell, which I love the sound of. And what's hanging on it right here is from Ireland when I went with my dad. So I've brought back components of different parts of the world and put them in this space. This is my beautiful Tibetan princess. I love her. Everybody seems pretty drawn to her when they come down here. She's about 3 feet tall. I usually have my mala beads hanging on her, but they're in my bedroom because I was chanting with them earlier. But she's there, my little chair that everybody loves. This lady you see all the time, she's just a wall hanging that sits behind me. She's very peaceful to me, and I've actually had periods of meditation where out of nowhere, you'll see a wave kind of go through the wall hanging and it moves. It freaks people out a little bit, but I think it's really cool. Ganesh, Durga. Durga is a Hindu goddess. She's kind of like Kali. Kali's the destroyer, and Durga is the protector. She also can do some real serious damage with her tiger. I love her energy, and she's somebody that I actually chant to. She is my chosen goddess. But I'm going to show you my favorite thing now. So I made this table, which is the normal little side table you see, you know, with the 2 drawers on it, that you have in a bedroom and you end up always throwing out from childhood furniture. But what I did was I ordered old tarot cards, old pictures of very artsy looking tarot cards, and I glued them down to the table and then I laminated it. So like this is my favorite one, Queen of Fungi, which would be Queen of Mushrooms. This one would be the Empress. Strength cards always have the lion with the woman on it. There's just all different ones. King of Ether would be King of Swords because it's the air. But these are awesome. And then what I did was I put on the side Muka, my favorite artist. I put these long pieces by him on the front, on the side, and on the back. So this is my space, my sacred space. And everybody should have one in their home, a place they can go to that is comfortable for them, that is their private sanctuary space. I always have incense burning. I always have the candles kind of going. Obviously, you want to make sure to put those out at night. Don't leave them running, burning. But this is my space, and you should create one in yours, because I don't want to go into talking about meditation and how you meditate and how you breathe and how you burn sage without you guys knowing you should have a space in your house to do this all in. Clearly, if you don't have a space like this, then what you do is you go out into nature. You sit outside or you sit on your bed. It's all about your intention, but it's really vital to try to build a sacred space in your home. If you live in a small apartment, you might want to just take a little corner of a room, put a little table, put some items, almost like a little shrine, so to speak. But this is my space. And if you ever come here as a client, or you have been here as a client, you know this couch very well. Some of my clients take their shoes off, they lay on the couch, they sit on the couch, they get really comfortable. But it's a really comfortable space. Next, I'm going to go into saging and then meditating.